we've rated the top helmets in the NFL. We've rated the bottom 5 helmets in the NFL. We've done the bottom 5 jerseys in the NFL. This sets the stage for the final one, Chris. The cherry on top. The top 5 uniforms overall in the NFL. So let's recap and look at the bottom 5 that we had. And we did this about a month and a half ago, and it was before some of the jersey updates. So we both had the Buccaneers in our bottom 5, Chris. They were clearly affected by that. And I think we both noted that the numbers were just funky looking, and they did change the numbers to probably move them out of our 5 ugliest uniforms. But here were the worst ones that we said about a couple months ago.
Yep, I got you. I still don't agree with your Buffalo Bills at number 5 for the 5 worst uniforms. Other than that, I can get on board with just about anything else you're saying there.
I got a lot of heat for that Buffalo Bills one. There was a lot of pushback from Bills fans about me putting.
And look, you're wearing Bills colors right now, and you're going to make fun of them. What a jerk!
I know. I like red. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it real quick here. All right, you ready, Chris?
Yeah, let's do it.
5 best uniforms, and we'll start with number 5, and we'll go all the way to number 1. And I asked producer Pete. I was like, Chris and I almost never agree. You've already seen it here in this podcast. I was like, how similar are our top 5? And he goes, not similar at all. so here we go again. I'll go with my number 5 first, and you can reveal your number 5. My number 5 top jersey right now in the NFL is the Broncos. I'm going with Broncos right now. Specifically, my favorite of all the combinations is the blue jersey, white pants with the orange piping on the side, a little stripe on the pants as well. I think it pops. I think it all works together. Broncos number 5.
Okay. I don't hate you there. I wore that uniform. It made me look good. I got a jersey upstairs of that. So it's a cool uniform. I even like when they wear their orange jersey too. I mean, that's cool as well. So I can get behind that. And hey, they were one of those teams we've been talking about. They rebranded, and all of a sudden they became a winning football team. Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals. Come on.
I know. Of all teams not to rebrand, they're one of them that hasn't. You've been calling for it all offseason.
I know. They don't care. And I got word from them. They're not changing. They don't care what I say. So, yeah, nothing's happening there. My number 5 will be the Washington Redskins. All right?
Okay.
I've always been a big fan of the Washington Redskins. Now, this look right here, this picture with the gold pants is my least favorite, if anybody's watching on YouTube. Because, again, I love the burgundy-yellow combination. It's very rare in sports. My favorite, though, is when they wear in the old school days, or this picture right here, if you're watching on YouTube, is the big thing, the white jersey with the burgundy pants, or I like when they wear the white pants with the burgundy jersey. That's where I grew up watching them. The Redskins in the 80s in their prime, when they won 3 Super Bowls, or were in 3 Super Bowls in the 80s, won 2 of them, and then won 1 in the early 90s. That's what I just grew up using. And so I just think, I don't know, the helmet itself is interesting to me, the color combination, the tradition of it all. And I might be wrong, but I think they're going back to the method I like this year. I can't remember. We talk about so much football crap, but I think they're getting away from those yellow pants and just going to wear the white and burgundy as the 2 looks that I like this year. At least that's what I thought I read earlier this offseason. I could be wrong.
They were close to my top 5. I got to admit, because when you look at it, it's unique, right? And you just know it. You're like, okay, that's a Washington game that I'm watching right now. And so it's like and I had their helmets in my top 5, which was very controversial when we did that the first time. So I can agree with the Redskins having that look. Number 4 for me was my number 1 helmet. I think I just like the color purple. The Minnesota Vikings, and specifically the purple jersey with the white pants. Oh my gosh, that Met helmet is so good. The Vikings are number 4 for me, Chris.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's a plain, simple look. It stays with the tradition. They were on kind of my longer list here originally. I just wrote down the uniforms I like to start off the exercise. So I get that. And I like the Met helmet too. I'm a big fan. Our man Mike Florio does not like that, being the resident Viking fan for NBC. He's not happy with that. He wants to go back to the other helmets. But yeah, he's old
Yeah.
school. He's old. What does he know? My number
Yeah.
4 will be old school, a little bit like you, and I'm staying in that division. The Chicago Bears. Yes, Chicago Bears, they made one of my top 5 helmets, but I love the Bears look. Again, the stripes on the socks, meeting the stripes on the shoulders. That's been a staple for that uniform for a long time. I do love the helmet. I love the jersey too. I do. And I think the thing I like about the Bears is, they have some variations, but simple variations. I love when they wear their all white. I think it's one of the best uniforms in football when they wear their all white with that blue helmet, or when they wear their all blue. I'm big into that uniform look. So I'm a fan of the Bears uniforms and a lot of their different looks, but specifically those two are some of my favorite.
I do think it's a good look. I couldn't put him in there. Growing up in Michigan, I can't. They're the rivals, So
I hear
I
you.
never have a Bear on my fantasy football team, and this Jordan documentary stuff is happening right now, and everyone's bagging on the Pistons for not shaking hands when they went off the court. It's making me mad, and so they're good. I just couldn't put them in the top 5. So
Okay,
I
I get
agree
it.
with
Yeah,
you.
you got to stay true to your city. That's good.
Have
Screw the
to.
Bears then through your eyes.
Screw the
Yeah,
Bears.
yeah, that's okay. That's fine.
We're into the top 3 here. Okay, so top 3. And this one, I didn't know. Before I looked through all the jerseys, I was like, I kind of had an idea. I was like, all right, Vikings will be in there because I like purple. Broncos, I didn't really know. But this one, I had no idea. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, that's iconic. And it was the Miami Dolphins, specifically with their aqua jersey, their white pants. I mean, that's just a unique look. And it's a team with a lot of tradition back in the day with Don Shula. So I put the Miami Dolphins as number 3 for me.
Wow. Dolphins going number 3. Okay. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
again, it's an okay. They're a middle of the road to me. I don't know. I mean, man,
Oh, you don't
top
like it.
3, huh?
Well,
Top
but who else
3?
has a jersey like that? I mean, maybe you just don't like the aqua, but I don't
I
know.
think
I thought
I
they
think
pull
that's
it off.
probably part of the problem. It just doesn't scream toughness to me at times, even though like that's absurd of me to say because they were like extremely
Right?
tough in the 70s wearing those colors.
Yeah.
So I got nothing to say there. I mean, they obviously can play tough football. I guess it's just our lifetime we haven't seen them play so much tough football to where
True.
like when I think of the Dolphins good, I just think of like Dan Marino and passing yards, but no running game and no defense. So maybe
Yeah.
that kind of like infiltrates my brain and they're thinking of that uniform a little bit as well. So,
It's like in
okay,
our
that's
lifetime. Yeah, in our lifetime they've been good, not great, and sometimes bad. You're right. You're right. And so you associate the
definitely
jersey with that.
sometimes bad. I like some of their new variations of what they're doing too. They're kind of going old school as well, which I do like that. My number
Yeah.
3,
Yep.
I'm going new school here. I'm going new school. This is my only new school uniform on my list. The
Okay.
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know why. I just first off, hey, they were a team that rebranded. Guess what happened? Oh, they've only been relevant for the last 10 years ever since they rebranded. I love their all blue look. I love their all gray look. I love their all fluorescent green look that they wear as their color rush
Oh
uniforms.
my gosh.
I know. I don't know what it is, but man, I mean, especially with the fluorescent green cleats to go with it and the sleeves. I mean, those ones might be so ugly they're good. I don't know what it is, but nonetheless, I'm usually not a fan of the new age uniforms, but I just feel like the Seattle Seahawks found something to me. And like the Minnesota Vikings, they were one of the first teams to have that matte helmet that didn't shine
Yeah.
like that, which I think is very cool. Not one of my favorite helmets, but I think when you tie it all together, it is one of my favorite uniforms in football.
That is the action green. The Seahawks have never lost in them, according to producer Pete. 5-0 in the action green, and it does it like sears a image in your head that you can't forget, and maybe that's why you had to put them in your top 5 because you just couldn't get them out of your head, like blinded you.
It's just like a different uniform altogether than the rest of football. I mean, they were really
Yeah.
one of the first ones to go to this, whatever, these new age looks. Some people say the Nikeification of NFL football uniforms. They were really the first one to do it. And they got a lot of other cool combos to go along with it, I guess is what I like. They can wear the gray pants with the white jerseys, the gray pants with the blue jerseys, the blue pants with the white jerseys. So I really like all of it, and pretty cool. And again, a team that had no tradition. So I'm always in favor of those type of teams to go try something new. Like nobody's putting your old uniform in the Holy Grail, so let's try
Yeah.
to do something else.
I hammered you last time we did this with helmets for just picking the teams with the most tradition, but as my number 2 uniform, I have done exactly that. My number 2 uniform in the NFL currently is from the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys get the nod for me at number 2. I love the white jersey with the silver pants. And I think, you know what? Yeah, like, right, if you just were to show this to anyone off the street and they didn't know the tradition of the Dallas Cowboys, they'd probably say, okay, seems pretty rudimentary, almost like a practice jersey, like I said with the Rams. But I don't know. It just works because it's America's team, and it seems simple, and they haven't messed it up.
It's America's team. It's we associate it with winning because that's when they became an America's team. And too, anybody that's ever been to a NFL football game in person, when the Dallas Cowboys are in that stadium, you could say what you want, but if you're in that stadium and they start to walk on the field, it's got a special look. It pops on a football field. As soon as those helmets start showing out of the tunnel and you're like, oh man, here come the Cowboys. I mean, there's just something nostalgic about it, the history of it, whatever. And it's a clean, simple look, which we talk about a lot, I feel like, here with most of these new uniforms. And I'm not going far off the Richter scale here with my next pick either. Going the Pittsburgh Steelers. They were one of my favorite helmets. And, again, it's just an iconic look for me. Those yellow pants, the way they pop, that solid big black stripe they have going down the edge that they've had since the start of time. The cool old school stripe around the shoulder that I like. And then, of course, this is one of my favorite helmets as well because, hey, the yellow, the 3 stars on the side, one side not having any emblem at all, and, of course, the numbers in front. I think all of it together, and again, maybe I'm just a sucker for old winners or whatever it may be, but the fact that uniform has not changed since Terry Bradshaw's worn it and is still about as popular as it gets is just it's a special one.
And when they go to the Beehive look with their throwback uniforms, then it gets real crazy.
Not my favorite. Not my favorite. No, it's not. I don't know why they don't break out all whites. In the 70s, they used to wear all white. And it looks good. It really does. But yet, I don't know what it is. The New Age Steelers always wear those yellow pants for the most part with either the white jersey or the black jersey. And then their color rush all black ones are not bad too right now. I mean, Steelers in all black is pretty fitting.
So we have not had any overlap so far. That's kind of amazing that we have not, but maybe we will at number 1 here.
Hold on 1 second. What? Nicole, call my dad. He's texting. Get him ready because I don't want him to be pissed off. Call him right now. Sorry to ruin the big delivery.
We don't know. That was worth it because we don't want your dad mad from the moment he gets on. Okay, the number 1 uniform in the NFL right now, the San Francisco 49ers. Scarlet jersey, the metallic gold pants, classic look. I mean, this is teams that were great back in the 80s with Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and now he had them in the Super Bowl once again. The 49ers, my number 1 jersey in the NFL.
Did you just clap? Did I just see you clapping right there? Can I hear you clapping?
I did. I was like, great job, Ahmed. You nailed it.
Great job, Ahmed. You picked the winner there.
And when they go with the white cleats, too, I mean, I could give a standing ovation for that.
Definitely on that. That is something I want to take some credit for because I really, the last few years, tried to beat that into Kyle Shanahan's head about the white cleats. And I know he likes white cleats anyways, so I didn't have to, I'll take some credit is what I'm saying there. I like the 49ers uniform. They made my long list here of teams in the running, just couldn't pick them. As much as I love Kyle Shanahan, too many bad memories when I was growing up from that 49ers team.
Sure,
all right?
That's true.
So that really bothered me. Wait, and now I'm getting text messages, so hold on. I got
this is building up drama. This is building up drama for your number 1.
Well, now they're telling me now I got to text my dad the phone number to call in. I mean, we've only had days to prepare for this, but now we're going to do it now.
See, this is why this is kind of like one of those People are missing live sports, Chris, but this is almost like some drama. We've built in some drama into this podcast right now. Will we get your dad on? Will he be mad when he finally gets online here?
Oh,
What number will he call in on?
Not like I had anything to do today. I'll just sit here all day and wait for you two dummies to talk to me. That's what you're going to hear. I promise you that's what we're going to hear in a second. But
is there anything I can do to calm him down? Is there anything I can do to calm him down, or should I stay out of the way?
No, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. When you calm him down, that's just going to delay the inevitable to where he's going to talk more after that. So don't even waste your time, all right?
Okay.
My number one is your number two, though. My number one is your number two, which is the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, they won. I believe they won my favorite helmet, and I love this look here. I really do. I love when the Dallas Cowboys, which they don't like to wear these uniforms, their navy blue jersey, because they view it as bad luck for years and years. And this is a game, I think specifically, where the Dallas Cowboys are at the Washington Redskins, and the Redskins are wearing white at home to force Dallas to wear these jerseys. But I love Dallas's uniform altogether, whether it's the white jersey or the blue jersey. And, I know you've heard this tidbit too. I just think it's cool they got two different pants that are really kind of the same color. Did you know that? Have we had this discussion? I've told you this before, right?
No.
Well, Nicole, if you could show the picture from Ahmed's Cowboys picture and then show mine, they have two different types of silver pants. And the silver pant they wear with their white jersey is a little different. If you could see, it's almost got a green tint to it. And then so you see that? And then, Nicole, if you could switch to the other picture now, see how this is more of a true gray silver now. And that green tint has gone away. So it's a little tidbit I'll throw out there for everybody out there. They look very similar, but there is a little bit of a shading difference. And depending on what jersey they wear, that depends on what pants they wear with it. But I'm a big fan of either look.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.